What's up guys, Mr. Anderson 336 here. I'm back with another replay. This is Gojo, one of my subscribers, who has sent me this replay, and it's an amazing one, so stay tuned for the end. So, we are spawned on Erlenberg in his Black Dog Tier 8 German premium tank. We get into a nice position here where we will be able to spot pretty much anything that crosses that yard in front of the castle yard, whatever we should call that. Showing off the Wargaming League stickers, because that's where we got this tank, and that's where it also got released, so that's some time ago, but it's still fairly new. So Black Dog having some nice gun handling here, managed to put a shot into the T-54 lightweight, trying to spot if he's going to come out there again. We could be lucky, I mean. So this location is very good because you will be able to spot and get shots like that on the T-54 lightweight. However, the enemy team is kind of slow, so Gojo doesn't have many shots like these. But he also got spotted, so he's now falling back. T-34 looks like he wanna advance, so Gojo immediately follows up and is helping him out, hitting the T-54 lightweight one more time. While we cross this, we're gonna spot a IS-38 and a T-10, and we're gonna hide between beside the heavy tank, because that is what he has for. I'm not saying that we should abuse allies like this. I'm saying that we are a light tank and we have much less health than these two. Also, he has the armor, so he might be able to bounce a shot. So we managed to pick up, well, Gojo managed to pick up his first kill, the C-2580, a tier 7 American tank. He was a one-shot. Coming around this corner, T-34 takes a beating, unfortunately. T-10 managed to bounce. He hits the track. We managed to bounce on the lower plate of the T-10 because it was in an extreme angle. But there is an IS-38 behind us, so we're gonna pick him up. He could come around and kill off our T-34, which would be very bad. See if we can get a shot at him, trying to hit the upper plate of his turret. Unfortunately, Gojo is not that lucky with that, and however, he will show some luck later, which is also an important aspect when you're playing World of Tanks. So yeah. So right now we're just, well, Gojo is just waiting for some reinforcements to show up, that VK and the Conqueror to show up and help with this corner. T-10 is almost dead. So yeah. IS-38 gets impatient, therefore comes forward, but Gojo is quick on his reaction and put a nice shot into the lower plate of that tank. He should be able to beat the reload of this thing, comes forward, takes a shot, but unfortunately bounces on the upper plate of the IS-3, because good and balanced. That joke never gets old. IS-3 came back here, the VK high rolls. Gojo managed to track the IS-3A. Might be able to get a second shot into him. Managed to pick that kill up. And Gojo is now ready to help his allies even more, because there is this Yak Tiger. He is focused currently at the right side, where the AMX-CDC and the Skoda is. But look at what Gojo is trying to do here. He's trying to get the tracking shot on the Yak Tiger while passing him. If he had done that, and if the allies of his team would have done any damage to him, he would have gotten some assistance damage right here. And that's some of the important shots you need to try and take, especially if you want to get stuff like, start to get stuff like the third mark on your gun. And that's an insane example to make, but it is a good example anyways. So this side is pretty much dealt with. There is nothing more on this side. So we could talk about the mobility, or we could also talk about Gojo as a player. So anyway, let's start with the mobility. The mobility of this tank is fairly good. It's 72 kilometers per top speed is 72 kilometers per hour. I like the speed plans more because it's going 80, but 72 is fine because the ground resistance might be better on this thing because it is premium, or because the top speed is a bit lower. So having some concealment between the mountain side and the snipers on it is a good idea, so that is what Gojo is showing off here. Trying to spot while he is being in concealment, because he's the only one on this side of the river so far, so he's the only one who is doing the spotting so far. He's being the eyes of the team. And so far he's shown off some good skills. And let me tell you, I'm playing with Gojo on not a regular basis, but we played together sometimes, and we're probably going to play together in the future as well. But he's a very, and I mean very skilled light tank player. He's no unicorn, but he's a very skilled light tank player. The things I have seen him done in light tanks is insane sometimes. And this is probably just because light tanks are light tanks, but I never was able to do that. And also a lot of light tanks players actually just suicide scout. I would say I'm a suicide scout, but then I'm also a very active scout. Anyway, Gojo is doing the right things. He's driving towards the border of the map, so he's getting so he's only able to get shot from one side, therefore minimizing the chance of damage he will take, because he would, if he decided to go suicide scout or YOLO or whatever you should call it and cross the open field, he would probably take some more damage if the T-34 were located as he is on the minimap where he last was spotted. But this is what a light tank do. 3 tanks spotted, no problem. T-54, Super Pershing, and 704. Now a T-95. T-54. He's not having the greatest gun depression. He's not the biggest threat to us up here. Trying to find a tracking shot. However, the gun depression on this thing is 10 degrees, but it's not enough to make the tracking shot. T-95 just lost 1,000 health. That's a lot. Anyway, so we are trying to find a tracking shot on this T-54. Well, really just any shot of any of these tanks. Trying to hit the weak spot of T-95. Personally, I would shot the Super Pershing, but it's fine. That Super Pershing had enough of it, so he just charges. Gets punished. As you will see right now, there is shots on both of the Super Pershings. T-54 is also just trying to find something to do. I mean, he's not having much gun depression, therefore having a hard time up here. However, the Black Panther do have 10 degrees of gun depression, so it's much easier to drive this tank up here. VK finish off the T-95, now there's a 704 in front of us, but then we're not gonna let him taste our tank. No snacking for you, mate. Fuck off. So, basically what Gojo is doing here is he's spotting for the entire team. He has a nice shot here on the Super Pershing, but I guess he's afraid of the 704 to hit him, so therefore he pulls the trigger and gets unlucky and hits the ground instead. However, he is lucky now and doesn't get shot by the Super Pershing, so it's fine. This time he gets hit by the Super Pershing, which is unfortunate. Super Pershing gets taken out by the T-34-100. The VK is almost here to help us, and 704 is probably going for him. And we can take some shots at their other Super Pershing. Fortunately, we hit the side of his turret. Unfortunately, there's not much to do about that as well. The reload is all good on this tank, so we are already reloaded and is ready to shoot again. T-54 has isolated himself. Super Pershing is looking the other direction, and the 704 is looking at the VK, so this might be our chance to advance here. Again, the side of the Super Pershing would be great, also the side of his turret. VK doesn't give a damn and just rolls forward because he's a VK. I mean, seriously, if you look at him, he wouldn't have lost any health. We're gonna take a look at that later. He lost some health, he lost like 1 shot of health to the BL-10, but anyway. So, will Gojo be lucky here and manage to penetrate? Finally, he gets lucky and managed to penetrate the Super Pershing. Now we can advance on the 704. Gets a nice shot into him. The VK is ramming him and also shooting him. And, well, he's pretty much a sandwich by now. Get sandwiched! And he is out of game. Now, Gojo has just reached his 5th kill. Will he be able to pick up the T-54? Tune in for next week, for the last part of this episode. No, I'm just making fun. So anyway, T-54 is right there. However, the damage roll on these guns is kind of low, so therefore he's unlucky, and the T-25/2 picks up the kill. But GG, well played, and let's take a look at the post-game stats. So out of that match, Gojo got a tank ace, spotter, hand of God, Duelist, Warrior, Fire for Effect, 124,000 credits and 2,800 experience. He did 3,500 damage, 5 kills and 1,554 base experience. 25 shots fired, 23 shots hit, 15 penetrated, 3,500 damage, 2,864 spotting. He earned 124,000, but after the repairs and the ammunition, he earned 114,000. This was it was not a double, but it was with premium, so he earned 2,300 experience. So, thank you, Gojo, for sending me this replay. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did as well. So, thanks for the replay. Have an awesome day whenever you watch this. I'm Mr. Anderson336, and I'm out. Good.